Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my 2 girls. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 116. Got my coffee and my summer sock camp mug. Probably the last time you'll see this mug until maybe next year I'll bring it out. I have coffee, pumpkin spice creamer, and today is August 29th, 2021, Sunday. Sorry the lighting is a little weird. It's very sunny today. I didn't want to wait anymore to record. I want to knit, so let's get this recorded and put on the computer and I can spend the rest of the day knitting. All right, let's see. I have one admin thing. I'm going to remember this in the beginning here. Actually, first I should say, this is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, sometimes cross-stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. I have the show notes right down there. I'll have links to where you can find me, patterns, bags, websites of all kinds right down there. And if you are new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I have noticed a lot of subscribers recently. So that is awesome. So I hope you stick around and enjoy my podcast. Okay, admin thing. This ends. This is a coupon code for Stitching Plaza. Happy B-Day 10 is the coupon code, and you get 10% off your order, and that ends the 31st. So you have, this will go up Monday. So you'll have like one more day to use this coupon code. And since I have, I'm just going to do this out of order today. Part of B-Day acquisitions, this is a Stitching Plaza bag. She let me pick a bag out of her shop for my birthday, and I'm like, Scooby-Doo! I've had my eye on this one for a long time. Drawstring bag. Here is her logo. I will have her shop linked down below for you if you want to do some bag shopping. All of them are drawstring, and they're box bottom. They are perfect for socks, hats, mittens, maybe a really small shawl, but yes. And she also got me a skein of yarn to go with it. So that is part of my B-Day acquisitions. We'll go back into that later, but I wanted to show an actual Stitching Plaza bag so you could see them. All right, I have finished objects 1, which you guys didn't even see, I'm pretty sure. Let's go back to my show notes from last week. Yep, it wasn't even a whip last week. And now it was a whip and it's done. So it's a finished object. So 3 finished objects and 3 whips. Some birthday acquisitions. And future cast-ons. And now it looks really dark. I'm sorry, guys. Reading and watching, I'll share. Stash Dash. Stash Dash is, it ends the 31st. I feel like I might be able to squeeze in one more pair of socks. So next week, next episode, I will give you my full total. I'll still give you my total for this week and all that, but I will give you the full meters, and I'm going to tally up how many things I made. Also, I'm going to tally up how many socks I made for summer sock camp. Yeah, I'm excited. So I will share all that next week. Also, before we get started, plans might change, but my in-laws are going to take the kids Friday Friday sometime, and we are going to pick them up on Sunday. So I'm going to record on Saturday. I think I'm going to try to upload on Saturday night and have it ready for viewing on Sunday. So if something happens and it doesn't upload correctly, then I have an extra day to upload it again. So I might have an episode up a day early, but that's better than not having one at all, right? So I just want to give you guys a heads up that next week's episode might be ready for watching on Sunday. All right. Are we ready for the knitting? I think we're ready. All right, first, finish object. Oh my, look at these. These are like giving me Halloween vibes. But this is Night Owl Fibers. Sorry, it's blowing out my face. Night Owl Fibers in Diagon Alley colorway. I did the toes and the heels, and Lolo did it fulsome. These are a gift. And I did not plan this. So I started my first sock. I don't remember which one's which. I started my first sock, knit, 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 to where I needed to do my toe. Did my toe. And I ended with the blue here. As you can see, orange was the next color stripe. So they match. I did not plan that. It just worked out. It was a happy accident. So yeah, pair number 1. For these ones I did 15 rows of 2x2 rib. Afterthought heel, 64 stitches, magic loop. All right, are you ready to see the finished object that you guys never seen? Now, I promise, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I did start these sometimes during the week. I made another pair of DK socks. Oh my. So, I kind of followed the pattern of K of the Crazy Sock Lady, DK weight vanilla sock. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it will be linked down below. So I pretty much used her numbers. I did my own heel and toe because I have my own, the way I like to do it. I like afterthought heels. These look really weird on my blockers because they are very bulky. But oh man, these are so warm and toasty. So these I did 48 stitches. And I used a US 3, which is a 3.25. I think I mentioned in my last episode that I ordered needles and they arrived on Monday. So that's when I cast on, and I finished these yesterday. So this is Knitpicks Stroll. The fingering weight held double. The Dove Heather and the Cobblestone Heather. Now I had a 50-gram ball of each, and I was able to get a whole pair of socks out of that. Now, granted, for the main body of the socks, the toes and the cuffs, I did not have, the toes and the heels, I did not have enough of the gray left. I had enough gray left to do like one heel. So, yeah, I have enough. If you also follow me on Instagram, you saw my Stroll stash. So I have enough to just, mix and match toes and cuffs. So I did buy some Stroll, guys. After I finished one sock, and I'm like, I can get a pair of socks out of 2 balls of Stroll with some scraps. So I bought some white and black, and I have red to do toes and cuffs. Oh, I'm excited about that pair. I bought some dark red and some more. I bought some more Dove Heather. I think I bought like a bright yellow and a teal. That just do something fun. So yeah, more DK weight socks in my future. I also have one as a whip, so I I will talk about them more, but I love these. All right, and my last finished object, I think I finished this on Friday. I'm not going to put it on because it is way too hot. We'll talk about weather later, but I finished my birthday cast-on. It's blowing out my face. This is Nomadic Yarns Little Shop of Horrors. Did a folded brim with some, Lolo did it fulsome. I explained how I do that in my last. Actually, I have another whip of this. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I finished this and I'm like, yep, I need to cast another one on. I got some birthday acquisitions that I'm like, this has to be a hat. So I will share that in a little bit. But I did the sock head slouch hat numbers. I just changed the brim a little bit. Yeah, I will talk about that later in my whip, but I love this. I don't know if it's probably blown out, but blowing out my face. Lighting is not the greatest today. All right, now we will do stash dash. Let's see, stash dash. All right, these socks were 203 meters. These socks were 756 meters. Now, yes, you're like, well, that doesn't sound right. I had a comment saying, I don't know if your math is correct. My math is correct. With some of the stash dash rules from the Knit Girls, whereas this is hosted on Discord. I'm just doing it on my own. I'm not participating in the Discord group. If you hold fingering weight double, which I did in this case, you get to double your meters. So I weigh them, I times it by the number for my fingering weight to figure out how many meters it was. I think it was about 300 and something. And then I get to times that by 2 because I held it double. That's how I figured out my meters for these. So these are nice for stash dash. Maybe next year I'll get ahead on that and make those sooner rather than the last 2 weeks in stash dash. And this hat is 262 meters. So my total for this week is 1,221 meters. I found it very funny because last week it was 2,112 meters. So it like each number like flipped. It was very weird. So my total so far, now if I can finish one more pair, the numbers might change, but my total so far is 17,604 meters. If I can finish this one pair of socks if I can finish it on Tuesday, the numbers might change a little. So I will give you a grand total next week. Plus I'll give you all my numbers, like how many socks, shawls, all that stuff in the next episode. All right, I need to move my foot because it's falling asleep. All right, you ready for whips? Works in progress. Now this is a stash acquisition. I saw this bag on Stitching Plaza D-Stash, and I'm like, this bag has my name all over it, and I saw it and I'm like, no, I better not. And like the next day I looked again and it was still there, and I'm like, I better get it because I might kick myself later. Look at this. This is the Creative Knitter. I think she is based in Canada. That's probably why I was like, I better get it, because I don't like buying stuff overseas. But rainbow socks. So I did it. All right. This is, yep, I have 2 new whips and then 1 older whip. So this is a new one. All right, I cast on. I finished a pair of DK socks, so I cast on another one. This one we're going to do a little experiment. It's an experiment, and I am pretty excited about this. So, this is Knitpicks Felici Dragonboat. Oh, a bird must have flew by. Their shadow went by. And this is Knitpicks Stroll Dove Heather. So, yeah, I'm going to see. You want to see what it looks like? Self-striping and a tonal or whatever solid color with it. Oh, I am excited about this. I'm probably going to work on these today. Probably should work on my shawl for a little bit, but look at this. I don't know. I have no words. This is a progress keeper from the Crazy Sock Lady. These ones are cutting my rows. This is just for progress purposes. I worked on them a little bit this morning, and this is how much I got done. I was waiting for the sun to move so I can record and not be all lighting weird, but that didn't really work. But my needles came. These are my Chiaogoo red lace. US 3, 3.25 millimeter, 48 stitches. Now, I don't think I'm going to have enough Felici to do 2 socks. So, because the Stroll is 231 yards, and the Felici is 218 yards. So I think what I'm going to do is just do 1 sock, and if I have any leftovers, hello, blankets and shawls. So here are the tags. Dragonboat and Dove Heather. And the Felici was a color that I bought in summer 2020, so it's an older colorway. So I have a few like random balls of Felici. So I'm just going to make some mismatch socks. And this is going to be the second sock. I'm still counting them as a pair. So then I can, I think I have, I don't know, like maybe 4 like spare balls of Felici. So I think I might buy some more Stroll. I know I just bought some, but I'd like to get like a black and maybe a dark gray. I don't know, maybe more Dove Heather. So I like how the yellow, I kind of made it turn greenish with the gray. Oh, I love this so much. So I think what I'm going to do is I have some extra Stroll Dove Heather. I have like so many balls of that lying around the house over here, so I think I'm just going to grab one and do the toes and the heels, hold that together and do the toes and heels on that and not have the striping, and then I'll just use whatever I have left in the Felici for my shawl or blanket. But I really love this colorway. It reminds me of like hamburger toppings, you know, like mustard, ketchup, tomato, lettuce, pickles. That's what it reminds me. I don't know where the Dragonboat name came from, but. So yes, that is that sock. I would love to get those done before the 31st. Because the 1st is Desert Vista Dye Works cast-on day. I gotta move my other foot. So I kind of want to finish one more pair before summer sock camp and stash dash. And then we're going to go jump into another sock cal. Why not, right? All right, whip number 2 is in my Mario bag from Knit for Brains. I finished my hat and I just and then I just like started a new hat. All right. Like I said, a kind viewer sent me some yarn. I'll show the rest of it in birthday stash, but I just had to cake this up ASAP. It needed to be a hat. This is Nomadic Yarns Green Thumb. It's in her trusty sock base. 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. And I didn't mention before my hat. This hat weighed, I think, like 62 grams. With the inside a different color, obviously. So I weighed what I had left of this color. And I think it was like 47 grams, 46 grams, something like that. So I have enough to do a shorty pair of socks, probably with contrasting toes and cuffs like I normally do. I think I'll be all right. Maybe I'll do, I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Usually with 50 grams, I have enough to do 2 pairs of socks. I have extra because I use contrasting toes and heels. So I don't know, I'll have to think about that. I also want 5 grams for my blanket, so we will see. So here's the tag. Did I say the colorway name? Green Thumb. It's perfect. It has my name all over it. So I worked on this. I did most of this. I had a little knit night last night on Zoom, and this is what I was working on. So here's what I have. So this is like my previous, I talked about in my previous episode, probably a couple episodes ago. Cast on for the medium size of the sockhead slouch hat. I'm knitting 3 inches. I purl 1 row, and then I knit 3 more inches of the main color of the hat, and then I'm going to fold it in on itself. I did a long tail cast on, and then I'm just going to pick up the stitches. It's a little fiddly towards the end, but it's not that difficult. I don't want to mess around with provisional cast on. Then you have to pick all the stitches up, and then you have to knit them together. You have 2 needles. It's not. This works perfect. Now, if you are knitting an inside hat and I guess what you could do is do your cast on like a bright color and then your brim, so that it might be easier to pick up the stitches, but I don't have that big a deal. It's not a problem for me. And last time I did not even tell you what kind of needles these were, what size. Sorry. So these are my Addi Turbo Rockets. This is a US 2, which is a 3mm, which is what the pattern calls for. I believe a 3mm is a US 2.5, but I guess Addi's numbers are weird. I usually don't like Addi's, but I have these needles for the hats, and they work fine. The tips are starting to, you probably can't see. The tips are starting to yellow a little bit. That's what happened with Addi's with me. But other than that, they're fine. They're fine for hats. I did not like them for magic loop socks. But so yeah, don't have much. Did I say this is Lolo Did It Folsom? I don't know if I did or not. It was left over from my shawl. So yeah, this is what I got. I'll lose my stitches. Yikes. No, we're good. We're good. So yeah, 16-inch needle cord. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about that. So I did the sockhead slouch numbers, the medium size, which I think is 144 stitches. It's a free pattern. I have knit so many of these. Yeah, they are the best. Now it's not very warm, but it's a good like spring, fall hat. Also, if it's really cold out, I wear them in the house, and yeah, so they're nice for that too. So I can probably wear them year round except for summer. Oh, I forgot to put my tag back in my bag, and my row counter for my my sockhead slouch hat. 3 inches is 31 rows, so I'm using this to count my rows. And I still measure. But, yes, I better stick that back in there. All right, are you ready to see my shawl, guys? Last whip. Living in my giant knitter bag. That was I won on a giveaway. All right. I have my pattern. I had my husband just print it. And he forgot something. Which, you know, sometimes it's like, wait a second, that doesn't seem right. So I go back to the original pattern and he forgot something. So I have the last 4 rows for the border. And I'm like, that's weird. You just do the border for 4 rows and that's it? That doesn't seem right. So when I looked at the pattern, I'm like, no, you have to do the last 4 rows 12 times, not just, you know, 4 rows. Glad I caught that now before I got to the end of the pattern. That's fine. All right. So this is the Botanic shawl. Botanic. I'll have it listed, pattern listed down below. I am using all scraps. Pat, pat, pat. I love a scrappy shawl for all the various reasons. I could cast on right now. I can save some pennies. All right. Oh, I need to work on this today. All right. So there's my stitch marker. And there's that little bit done. Oh my, look at that. Looks so pretty on the camera. So here is what I got. I'm like 100, I think 115 stitches, which I'm kind of concerned in a way. I'm aware that it's growing. My only concern is, I mean, it's not bad. I'm using Knitpicks Stroll. This is ash, and this is still my first ball. And they say you need 200 grams of this yarn. And I feel like I'm almost halfway, and I've only used 1. I don't know. Maybe I'll start eating more yarn. Oh man, I got some yarn barf. That's gonna be fun. So these are the colors I'm using right now. This is Knitpicks Felici Current Mood, I believe. Stroll Ash. I'm using all fingering weight. Not fingering weight. It is a fingering weight shawl. I'm using all Knitpicks Felici scraps. Woohoo! So I kind of want to finish the Dragonboat sock, so I can stick this in here. So yeah, here it is. This is a shawl by Stephen West. I forgot to mention that. I'm using my US size 5 interchangeable needles, Chiaogoo. I want to finish this before the knit along, or the mystery knit along, because yes, I am still doing it. I'm a little unsure about yarn spending for it, because I have a feeling it's going to be 5. I have a feeling it's going to be 5 or 6 skeins of yarn. That's kind of a lot. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just splurge. Also, Trilogy Yarns has a advent calendar that's Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. What? That is my favorite Christmas movie ever, and I feel like I need to buy that. So I'm conflicted. I have 2 things that I really want, and they're kind of pricey. Do I buy them and not buy anything the rest of the year? Can I do that? Probably not. But yeah, here it is. Try to do a little close up. I got a rainbow skein in there. I don't know what the colorway names were. I'm pretty sure this one was cloudy with a chance of rainbows. I put current mood in here. I don't remember what this one is called. Nope, I have no idea. So yeah, here we go. The rows are getting longer, so it's taking me a little bit longer. I tried, it's a 24, I don't want to give too much away. It's a 24 row repeat, and you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And your stitch count doesn't really matter. Well, I guess it does matter, but I don't have to count every row to see if I'm on count, is what I'm saying. I haven't had any issues with that. So yeah, I love this. I will knit this again. This is like perfect. I would like to do another one of these and use black as my main color, and then do another stripey with Felici. Oh, yes. So here is my progress. I've done the 24 row repeat once every day so far. Now it's getting bigger. I might not be able to do that. But yeah. Let's move my stitch marker. It's kind of curling a little, but we will see how it goes. And I don't know, I might make this a little bit longer than the pattern says, because you could just keep on going forever and then just do the border whenever you want. So we will see how much yarn I have left. Like I said, this is my first ball. So I don't know, maybe I'll do it until I have one ball left and then just do my border. I don't know, we'll see. I like big shawls. And I got so much Felici. I mean, my Felici's scraps have been gone down a lot this year. So yeah, I need to get in that stuff. And that is all of my whips. I definitely need to work on this. I think after I put the video on the computer, I'm going to work on my shawl for a little bit, and then it's socks. All right, we'll do some dream cast-ons before the rest of my birthday acquisitions. Like I said, the first is on Wednesday. September 1st is on Wednesday, so I picked out my next color for my Desert Vista Dye Works knit along. Here it is. This is Pumpkin Spice Somebody. Yes. Also, this is going to be for Denise of Earth Tones Girl. She is doing her, what's that, Falling Leaves sock cal again. So this is going to count for that. You just knit fall theme socks. They can be any weight, DK, shorties, long socks, fingering weight socks. So yeah, this is going to count for 2 knit along. So this is going to get cast on. I don't know if I'm going to use this mini. It looks weird with this color. It looks too bright for me, but I don't know. I will wind it up. If I do use it, I'll use it for just heels and toes. But yes, that is going to get cast on Wednesday, no matter what. Now this next one, I need to get a move on with my gift knitting here. I'm almost done. I've had this caked up, ready to cast this on, but I keep getting sidetracked with DK socks. So this is mustache yarn. Mustache yarn. Everything is awesome. So you know what I'll be singing when I'm knitting these, right? So I'm going to make a shorty pair of socks. Probably use Lolo Did It. I don't know, maybe I'll use the light gray. There's dark gray and light gray in this, so I guess we'll see where my stripe lands for the heel and toe. I don't know. So yeah, or maybe I'll do red. I don't know. We'll just go with it. So these might not. I don't know. I need to put the DK socks away, but I can't stop, guys. So that might get cast on, might not. All right, now we'll do the rest of my birthday acquisitions. This was a surprise. I'm like, oh my. You did not have to do this, but thank you, thank you, thank you. I just love the birthday cards with yarn, with sheep on them. Perfect. So this is the same viewer that got me that Nomadic Yarns green skein. She also gave me a big bag. Oh, scraps. I have not weighed them, but I'm pretty sure I really like this one. I think it's Nomadic Yarns. Looks like she has most of the tags inside there for me, so that is awesome. So, oh yeah, shorty socks all the way. So I'll have to do either, like I can make mismatched socks, or contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs. Oh, thank you. And then a little kitty bag with coffee cups. Look at that. And there's some goodies inside. There's more yarn. This is, look at this. I'm interested to see how this, I'm assuming it's self-striping. It says watermelon flavor. So I wonder if it's going to look like a watermelon. Oh my. That's pretty. I've never heard of this yarn. Tumbleweed yarn. I have no idea if they still dye or anything like that. But this is 80/20 base. So yeah. Watermelon socks in my future. And some pretty pearl stitch markers. Are they stitch markers? Yep, they are stitch markers. And some tough woolens, chai spice. Oh, this is like, oh, you want to smell it? Smell it. Oh, it smells really good. It reminds me of fall. It smells like fall. And then these, I've seen these before. They're little needle stoppers, but they're little socks. So precious. So that was it. Thank you to my viewers that sent me things. You do not have to do that. But I do appreciate it. All right, I think that is it. Now we can go into life stuff real fast. I thought this episode was going to be shorter, but it's not. That's all right. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. So it has been really, really hot. I am over this. Yesterday it was 90, but it felt like 100 with the heat index. Today I think it's supposed to get to 88. There's no heat warning, so I feel like it's not going to be as bad, but it's still going to be hot. I'm done with this hot weather. It's been like in the 90s, low 90s, high 80s all week. It's gross. It's hot. And the humidity, no. So let's see, what else? Like I said before, my in-laws are taking the kids for the weekend. For one last summer hurrah before school starts. School starts on the 7th of September, and here we go. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, guys. They're not vaccinated because they're not old enough. What my oldest child has to. I guess that she's riding the bus, so that makes me nervous. All of our schools are like really, really close by, except for 5th grade and 6th grade. That is in a different building that's about, I don't know, it's probably not that far away, like maybe 10, 15 minutes away. But my husband says she can ride the bus. I was not happy about that. I was wanting to pick her up and drop her off, but I don't know. We will see how that goes. We have figured out when she has to be at the bus stop, and it's not that far from here. They're not going to pick up at the house, which makes me mad, but that's the way it is, I guess. So they have a meet-up spot for the kids to be, and they will get on the bus there. It's about maybe a 5, maybe 10-minute walk if you're like really slow walking. So I know where it is. It's not that far away from the house. It's like maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 blocks, 6 blocks, something like that, away from our house. So she will be riding the bus. We have open house to go to on Thursday for both kids. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. I have a pen in my hand. But got an email for my oldest open house, and they say 1 parent, wear mask. I kind of assumed we had to wear masks, but I didn't think we had to have just 1 parent, 1 kid. So now we have to figure out what we're going to do. Because we have 2 open house, 2 different school buildings. The range of times are separate. So I kind of want it all to go together because that's what we normally do. But I guess that's not going to happen. So we'll figure something out. So they can go to the school building and meet their teachers. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So that is Thursday. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing planned this week. I didn't go over reading and watching. Oh my. Real fast. Reading. I finished Harry Potter #7 and I finished The Giver. Yay. I finally finished it. I also finished 4 Goosebumps books by R.L. Stine. I'll go through them real fast. Say Cheese and Die, The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, The Ghost Next Door, Stay Out of the Basement. I read all those. I'm currently reading Gathering Blue, which is the 2nd book in the Giver series. And I'm going to start The Madness of Crowds, which is the new Louise Penny book in the series. What is it called? Inspector, is it Gamache? Gamache, one of those. Read those in order, that's all I'm saying, but she has a new book out, so I'm excited about that. Watching, we are still watching Lovecraft Country, and that just got even worse in the gore factor. I'm just like, even my husband's like, ew, don't look. So I'm like listening and just like knitting. I was like, half the time I'm not even watching that. It's pretty gross. And we're also watching The Witcher, which is gross, but not as gross as Lovecraft Country. That is like, there's a lot of blood in that. That's all I'm saying. So that's reading and watching real fast. Sorry that was out of order. We need to end this because it's 43 minutes. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, put them right down there. I do love reading those. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to record on Saturday this week. So I'm not going to I don't know if I'll have a lot of knitting because I'm missing a day. So we'll see. We'll see how much I get done. But I will be recording on Saturday and uploading probably Saturday night and have it ready on Sunday. If not, you will see it on Monday like you normally do. All right, I'm going to get this on the computer and get to knitting. Hopefully, I will see you next week. Bye.